Hey everybody, this is X from Gurschach. A couple weeks ago, we came back from a 19-day-long road trip that we called the Kiss Our Jobs Goodbye Tour, and it was the craziest adventure we've ever been on. But we wanted to bring back something a little more valuable than a tour flyer, a vlog series, or some tourist shirt that says, "I went to Nebraska with an ear of corn" under the text. So instead, we came back with the answer to the most frequently asked question that we hear from our brothers and sisters in the underground. How do metalheads discover new music anyway? These are our results.
Hey everybody, ladies and gentlemen, this is Scotty McRib from Gürschach, and I'm here with...
This is X from Gurschach.
And I pissed in a cup today. What percentage of the music you listen to has guitar in it?
Oh man, I definitely have to say metal.
Oh, it's got to be 100%.
100%. All of it.
100.
All of it?
All of it.
All of it? I mean, all of it, really.
100.
All of it?
Exclusively.
All of it.
Probably all.
Everything.
All of it, man.
Basically all of it, man.
100%.
100%.
100%. 100%.
100%.
101.
666%.
120%, man.
100,000%. It's going to be 95%
What's in the other 5, if you don't mind me asking?
reggae music.
Doesn't reggae have guitar in it though?
100%. 100%.
Oh, that's right. We closed the gap. That's the remaining 5.
Metalheads are not your average audiophile. To them, heavy metal is not just a listening experience, it's a religion. You could be the world's biggest pop star one month and be a washed-up has-been the next, but a respected metal band is respected for life.
Slayer! Slayer! Slayer!
But tapping into that audience is not as easy as most people think. It's actually way harder than any other genre of music. Generally speaking, for popular music, there's no end to all the ways you can reach an audience. It can be through the radio, Spotify, a movie soundtrack, a TV show, at the gym, at the mall, at the barbershop, maybe even when you're on hold waiting for Comcast to tell you why your internet sucks. As long as your song is on Shazam, you are searchable.
No, I definitely feel that. I mean, people would definitely be controlling what you think. I mean, if you see the most popular shit, you probably gonna know the most popular shit.
I think I look more at like the trending page, so whatever is like trending, that's what I like typically look at.
Okay, well, when I'm on YouTube listening to my songs, I click on like suggested ones.
You need to get a Twitter.
I have a Twitter, but I don't understand it.
Facebook is literally developed into one of the best social medias ever.
However, metalheads are very different than most music listeners, because a big part of the metalhead ethos is all about actively rejecting mainstream buzz and radio waves. Because metalheads don't like to be spoon-fed their taste and opinions. They prefer to make that decision themselves. By the way, if you're a non-metalhead and you think that description could apply to any other genre of music in the same way, it doesn't. And don't kid yourself. Unfortunately, this puts a lot of metalheads into a box where they're oftentimes unaware of what's out there today.
So what's the newest band or artist you've discovered these days?
God, that's a tough one.
That's a good question.
Fuck this hard, man.
That's a tough one. Cause I'm still listening to a lot of old stuff.
That's a hard one.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know right now off the top of my head. I really don't. I'm sorry, I suck.
Pass.
That's kind of tough. I think... Dude, I don't know. I can't think of that right now.
Be that as it may, there's still plenty of metalheads actively discovering new bands.
The newest band I discovered is Batushka.
Brand of Sacrifice, been fucking good.
The most recent band I discovered is another KC band called The Wisp or The Whimsy. Shield of Snakes.
I would have to say Strip Liquor.
Year of the Knife.
Bound in Fear.
Oh, Fetid.
A local band here called Bitter Kiddos. What Lies Ahead.
Edzo Audaba is a wonderful group.
Gurschach Octavius is a pretty good one that's out there.
Plague Bringer.
They're called Hammerhead.
Infant Annihilator.
Seed the Fallen.
Maybe Lorna Shore?
Tooth Grinder.
I guess Gunship is a relatively newish band that I discovered.
I would say Kublai Khan. I haven't heard of them, but I just started listening to them.
This guy's shirt bent me.
There's a really good one called Balmoria.
Like Tuxedo.
Waking the Cadaver and Carbon.
They're kind of old, but Lazarus AD.
The band I was listening to earlier, After the Burial.
Neo Bliviscaris from New Zealand.
Baroness.
I have to go with Nail with Bliff Scares too.
Okay. Devil Driver.
It's Tycho. New Tycho. It's amazing.
New Tycho. It is so great.
I've just been listening to this kind of like reggae band called the Expendables, which I thought were pretty fun.
What's the newest band you discovered?
Tool.
Awesome. How'd you discover them?
Spotify. Macabre. Check those guys out. They're sick. Master.
Goran Bregovic. Goran Bregovic. That one.
Dude, Cher. Cher. It's not Cher. You know Cher.
What's the newest band you've discovered?
Raven Black.
Ooh, am I saying this correct? Dimmu Borgir.
I'll go with Dimmu Borgir on this one as well.
Newest band I've discovered, probably Liquid Titanium. Here, discovered them tonight. They're about to go on stage.
The band that just played just now, Vital Pilots. I never heard of them, but I just checked them out, and I like their stuff. It's good.
Gurschach. Oh, really?
I finally rediscovered Big Sun.
Vital Pilots.
You guys.
Who else?
Big Sun.
Oh man, I have to say one of the bands I've actually new discovered as had to be you guys.
You guys.
Gurschach. You guys.
Fucking Gürschach.
You guys.
Gurschach.
Yeah.
You guys.
Gurschach.
Well, I found you guys, and you guys rock. And I recommend that everybody go out and check them out.
All right. What about you, Buggy? Tell me who you discovered.
So today I started listening for the first time to this band called the Cleveland Steamers. They're a really good band, dude. They're so awesome.
Where are they out of?
Steamer. Steamer, Arkansas.
Steamer, Arkansas. I believe that's a place.
Contrary to popular belief, there's actually quite a few metalheads out there who listen to new stuff and don't just stick to the same 80s thrash legends. But this puts newer groups into a really complicated situation. How do you market music to people who don't like being marketed to? Well, that's what we came here to find out. So all those fresh new bands out there starting out in one of the most unforgiving eras in music history, this is the part of the video where we finally get to understand the answer to that big question.
How did you discover that band?
That was YouTube.
Bored one day, got on YouTube and decided, let's find some new music.
Yeah, it was just on YouTube.
YouTube.
Fucking YouTube.
Found it through The Village and been loving it ever since.
So in essence, like through YouTube entirely.
Yep.
Right here with Alan Camp and his collective.
Oh, so they played a show here?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
You know what? We actually opened for them.
We played with them. We played with them.
I played a show with these guys, man. It was awesome.
We played with the Whisper the Whimsy, and we know them as well.
I grew up with them.
They opened for us at Castleman's a long time ago.
I booked them on a show for a client that I was working with.
Played this kick-ass show. Just bitches everywhere. Party. I mean, it was rock star.
I just walked down the fucking street and listened to you guys playing on stage.
I saw them at Bonds. It's a rock bar in San Antonio.
And I saw them when I went to see Cyclone 9. Didn't know who the they were, and I was like, oh shit, I like this band.
Lame Genie. I was going to see them, and then I discovered Bentley there, and it was just remarkable. I fell in love with them immediately, and yeah.
First time seeing these cats play from Waco, Texas. Yeah. Y'all are sick.
All social media, you know what I'm saying? Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So out of the way, I'm in the loop.
Facebook and everything, and started watching some videos. Cool stuff.
Actually, bassist Stitch is actually friend requested me 2 hours before the show.
Rummaging through Spotify, I guess,
Mostly through just the Spotify recommendations nonsense.
I think it was on Spotify.
Oh, Spotify.
Spotify.
Google?
Oh, just through Apple Music.
Apple Music. That is a new one, actually.
Yeah. Found them on Pandora.
It came through some radio shit, which is lame.
I actually metalized on Tinder.
Oh, really? How'd that go?
It went really good.
Iggy Pop did a song with him in the Death Car. We're alive.
Pornhub.
Oh, that's a new one. That's a fucking new one.
So far, it sounds like the three most common answers were Spotify, YouTube, and live performances from an opening act. But wait a minute, that doesn't sound out of the ordinary at all. Well, that's kind of true, but there was one answer we got more than any other. Word of mouth.
Well, how would you discover a band these days?
Listen to my friends.
Oh, just through friends.
Friend recommendations are huge.
Just word of mouth, I suppose.
All right, how'd you discover Macabre?
That guy. This man's playlist.
I get a lot of my music from him, believe it or not.
He turned me on to that band.
He showed it to me, and I was like, oh, all right, cool.
He just was like, hey, you should check this out.
So my wife actually introduced me to them.
A friend of mine turned me on to him.
Oh yeah, our friend Jesse. He showed me one of their videos.
A date that I was going on showed me some good artists. I can't lie.
I ran sound at a wedding, got really drunk, and some guy told me about Big Sun.
My homeboy actually told me about a show they were having in San Antonio, and I missed it. But I started listening to their music afterwards, working out and shit.
A friend told me about it. Oh, check out this band, and it's all like extremely. I'm like, oh, that's badass.
I'll be honest, I've heard the phrase word of mouth is key plenty of times, but it never made any sense to me. It wasn't until after we did this survey that it really started to click.
That's how the metal scene works, you know? Like, you talk to your friends and listen to what they've listened to.
In an industry that so heavily promotes the same song, sung a million times by a million stars to a billion people using the same 4 chords, metal is the #1 style of music that dares to go against the grain. And if you're the kind of person who is sick of being surrounded by a society of people that you wouldn't trust a dull pair of scissors with, there is nothing more vindicating than discovering a breed of people who can prove to you that you are not alone.
Holy shit, dude. I think you're the first one here who gets me, man.
Holy shit. Dude, this is my fucking buddy right here now.
What's up, Brett? What's up, Tony C?
You know what? There should be more of us.
The answer is trust. That's what it's all about in the end. Trust. When you hear some jackass on the radio telling you why you should listen to Lil Xan inspiring you to snort cocaine, you shouldn't trust that guy. But when your best friend is telling you that a group of guys from Europe just dropped an album full of pure bangers, you know it's the truth because you trust him. So here's the conclusion. If you're a fresh metal band and you want the world to know your name, there's one thing you gotta focus on above all else: writing the best damn song you can possibly write. As obvious as it sounds, that point cannot be stressed enough. When your main marketing strategy is word of mouth, it's not your press kit, your college degree, your advertising campaign, or your billboard position people are talking about. It's your music. Don't just make a good song. Don't just make a great song. Make a song that is so damn amazing that it would be a sin for people not to hear it. And then the power of your music will do all the work for you. I'm X from Gurschach, and thank you for watching our video. Now go make something amazing.